And hello everyone! Welcome back to another Let's Play. This is Myrokos. My apologies for being gone for a little while. I was dealing for a couple of weeks there and still kind of am here or there, dealing with a number of Indian call center calls that just call all day. Don't know why. But that has prevented me from streaming for the latest bit, but I have been trying to keep up with some of my alt jobs as best as possible. But now finally I've just said, you know what, sit down, continue MSQ, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And remember, if at any point you like what you see, please give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bell so you're apprised of when I go live. And if you're watching this on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe to the video and to the video and the channel. And yeah, make sure you hit the link on Twitch and make sure that you're following on Twitch so you're kept apprised. So without further ado, let us continue with MSQ. First off, let's talk to everyone. Alphano. We journey to the homeland of the dragons, Myrokos. The scholar within me burns to see the sights I have but read about, as does the child within me, I confess. Justinian. Be on your guard, warrior of light. With the mistress of the heretics as our guide, we may yet find that we are being led to our graves. That's a charming thought. Where chocobos roam, Lady Iceheart stands ready to lead you and your companions into Dravania. And we got choice of tank or physical DPS by the looks of it. Yeah. Or Gel. So that's getting mine. You are Myrokos, yes? Pray address me as Izael, if you wish. 'Tis passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the warrior of light. But history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravania then? Yes. The chill of the Western Highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo Forest.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som-Al, where lies the ancient home of dragonkind. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
Interesting. Oh, ether current. Hold on. Before I go any further, we must get that ether current. Do you sense them, Myrokos? A gathering of dragons to the west. The forest was mentioned in the pages of the New Eorzean Geographic. As I recall, the author advised travelers to give the local chocobos a wide berth. According to her, they can be remarkably aggressive. We now stand on the threshold of Dravania. The path to Somal will take us far to the west, beyond the embrace of the forest's branches. It will be a long and demanding journey. Might I suggest that we take our rest at the village up ahead and see that we are properly provisioned? There is a village here, but I thought these lands the sole domain of dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live in so perilous a place? The wild chocobos. Tailfeather was built by hunters who make their living capturing and selling the beasts. Their leader, Marsachamp, is an acquaintance of mine. Being a gregarious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival, and he will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there are no objections. Only to this ceaseless chatter. If we are here to meet this acquaintance of yours, let us do it before Ishgard burns. Well, tan my hide and call me a Leatherface. We have visitors. Oh, if it ain't the lovely Azael. It's been too long, girl. That it has, Marsachamp. That it has. My companions and I are on a pilgrimage to Somal. Might we stay in Tailfeather a while and prepare for the next leg of our journey? Of course, stay as long as you like. In fact, I wouldn't suggest leaving in the forest at all. The dragons have been absolutely bleedin' murderous of late. Forgive me, sir, but I am not sure I understand. Do the dragons not bother you here in the forest? Bother us? Did Azael not explain things to you, boy? You've seen them tower in Kylum trees, but about, haven't you? If you were flying above the canopy, you'd barely be able to see the ground. And as you'd expect, the local wildlife life's canny enough to stay hidden beneath the leaves, which is why the dragons do their hunting elsewhere, and we can do ours in peace. I see. Thank you for the explanation. You're welcome. Now I know it won't stop Azael here, but dragons ain't the only things you need to keep an eye out for, especially if you're set on heading west. We're gonna do samurai. That. I'm glad to see Marcia Champ is doing well. I have read widely of the world and its wonders, yet after taking but a few steps into the unknown, I am reminded how much I have still to discover. These hunters scrabble in the shadows of dragons for naught but the love of coin. Greed inspires courage and madness in equal measure, it seems. Some bad news. There we go, Ether card. Marcia Champ is looking for a reliable pair of feet. I see you've been making the rounds, getting to know the hunters in these parts. Well, how'd you like to help a real hunter? I'm overseeing 3 camps set up to the east, but the lazy sods ain't sent me a report in over a fortnight, and I'm too bleeding busy to be playing messenger. You look right fierce enough to get the information out of them. It's a simple job that'll earn you some coin, can't rightly say no to that. If that tickles your fancy, then you'll need to talk to the leaders of each camp, Leonolf, Gwynart, and Imebert. Hear what they have to say and get back to me when you're done. Worse than dragons. Marcia Champ would give you fair warning about what awaits to the west. I dare say you're wondering what could possibly be worse than dragons, eh? Well, I'll tell you. The bloody Nath. They're what you might get if you crossed an antling with a megala crab and taught the thing how to walk on 2 legs. They never used to stray far from their hives out of fear of the dragons, but they've gotten a lot more aggressive of late, sending out war parties for malms in all directions. They've even taken to harassing the Dravanians in their own lairs, if you can believe it. And when they venture into the forest, which is more and more, by the way, they certainly ain't afraid to come after my lot. I can only imagine how much worse it'd be closer to the Nath's home territory. Twould seem that much has changed in Dravania. The Nath were not wont to cause such strife when I lived here. You lived here? In Dravania? Aye. 'Twas in the time following the calamity. My family was dead, my home was gone, and I had fled from the bitter cold into these lands. I knew not the paths of the forest then, and wandered out from under the protection of its boughs. That was when I chanced upon Racevalger. He had descended from his mountain lair to hunt for food. My exhausted mind could not contend with the sight of the majestic worm, nor the vision of the past his presence visited upon me. Thankfully, Marcia Champ found my unconscious form at the edge of the trees and nursed me back to health, and in Tailfeather I remained for some time. Hence your familiarity with the locals. But I interrupted you. You were saying these Nath were once a peaceful people? Peaceful would not be the most fitting description. They are a fiercely territorial tribe, and any who intrude upon their domain are attacked without hesitation or quarter. Outside the borders of their homeland, however, they were rarely hostile. Indeed, we were even able to trade with them on occasion. They have changed, then. What of it? We have not the time to creep through the underbrush on some roundabout route. I say we make straight for Somal and crush any unruly insect we meet underfoot. A more direct path, then. Very well, let us first follow the trail west out of the forest and make for the statue of the Stained One. From there, we should have a fair view of the road that leads to Somal. Shall we? Yeah, you go on ahead. I have to get an ether current. I'll be along in a moment. So this is the forest that our chocobos come from. Things are going well enough. I've been running into a bit of trouble with those giant bugs in the woods, though. Yeah, having run into one of them myself, I can sort of understand that. Nothing out of the ordinary here. There's just the one bird that won't shut up. Haven't been able to catch a wink for all its bloody screeching. Next camp is up on this ledge. They're there, but I need to get up. Can't do it from here though. Looks like I get to figure the way a bit. Yep. If I can avoid wildlife, all the better. Had ourselves a bit of an incident the other day. Some fiend came stomping out of the tree line and gobbled up one of our fresh caught birds. Wasn't a damn thing we could do about it. If we're going to keep on in this area, we'll need some extra hands. You tell the chief that. Okay, so let's go back to Tailfeather. Finish getting that ether current. And again, if the audio is causing problems, let me know. So they've all got issues, but none of them thought to ask me for help. Do they think I'll bite off their heads or something? At any rate, I'd best prepare to round up the birds from each camp. Thanks again for your help, friend. Say, since you've already struck up an acquaintance with my people and all, maybe you'd be willing to lend them a hand. Seems they talked to you of their troubles readily enough. Thanks, I'll just take that ether current and be along. It's curious, though, that for land that's supposed to be wild and untamed by man, that there are suddenly stairs. It looks as if man was here before. Could man have been here once before and the dragons moved in? But no, that doesn't make much sense, because the Ellison moved in and settled Ishgard and the dragons were already here, so what the hell's going on? Something's not right. I mean, this looks like it could have been somebody's house or maybe a tower of some sort. It's not like dragons to build structures that are sized for man. Hunt item. Move 2. My spot number 2 over here. Oh, fate. Okay. Reload that counts. Well, here we are. Should we chance to meet Marsachamp again, remind me to thank him. Had he not warned us to expect the NAF, I doubt I would be standing here. Amid ruins that I would tentatively describe as Ishgardian, the style, if not quite identical, betrays a definite resemblance. You have a scholar's eye, Master Alphino. This structure is, in fact, over 1,000 years old. It is a remnant of the age when our ancestors and dragonkind lived together in peace. You claim this as evidence of our harmonious past. I was taught that these buildings were constructed by heretics in honor of your Dravanian masters. This rubble inspires no such awe in me. Stubborn fool, how desperately you cling to the false teachings of your beloved Holy See. Enough, both of you. You threaten the success of our mission with this incessant squabbling. Myrokos, pray reason with these two. Our goals are the same. Set aside your differences for now. The truth of the past will be revealed. Grunt. The truth of the past will be revealed. That'll sort everything out, hopefully. Quite. Lest you forget, our goal is to prevent a war which will claim the lives of Dravanians and Ishgardians alike. If we are to accomplish this, you must learn to tolerate each other's presence. Trust in Myrokos' gift. In time, the secrets of history will be brought to light. Let that be enough, Estinian. Well, remember, Alphino, Zale has the same type of echo as I do. She also can see the past. You would have me keep my counsel until Myrokos' visions confirm the truth? Very well, but bait me not. Our meeting with Reisvalgar will likely provide the catalyst Myrokos' gift requires, as it did mine. Let us press on. Okay, so this, and... I'm sorely tempted for the gill. Don't need that. These ant-men are bold to bring their war to the dragon's doorstep. Mayhap we should invite them to man the walls of Ishgard. Dragons in the sky and Nath upon the ground. One must needs sprout eyes in the back of one's head to survive this land. The Trine Towers. Izael wishes to survey the approach to the distant towers. Spy you the 3 great towers to the west. Bother. I also don't want to join the fate. I just want to do the MSQ, please. How rude of this dragon. And of course the NPCs are finally safe. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. Spy you 3 great towers to the west. Ishgardians know them as Annex Trine. The place serves as a roost for Racefalger's lesser kindred. If we are to reach the peak of Samal, then we must first besiege these dragons to open the way, but do not be disheartened. The one who leads them is a friend. Of rather more concern is the disposition of the Nath. Let us survey the approach to the towers and see if the path is clear. I'm looking to the west. Oh, that's... so it's up there. Sorry for the diversion, but had to get an ether current. Ah, L Colonel, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, 942 yards west. That was the one that... So I'll just get back onto the road and get to the road. It's over here. New to the stream, I see. End game. This is your first time seeing Final Fantasy, y'all, Colonel? Well, welcome to the stream. And thank you for the first time chat. Welcome. Okay, so ether current to the south, which is going to be in Nath territory by the looks of it. So there's an ether current somewhere in there. Not quite ready to go there just yet. Oh, so you're familiar with Final Fantasy 14. Well, yeah, this stream character of mine is still new and working its way through the MSQ. Now it's saying 407 realms to the east. Means that it's it could be somewhere over here, but sorry for the diversion, just trying to find that ether current. It said south and it now is saying east, which is still near Nath territory by the looks of it, but may not be in their settlement, thank goodness. So yeah, I'm on Ether Data Center. This character is on Cactar, and if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see some other streams of mine that use my character that's on Gilgamesh. Don't get me wrong, nothing's wrong with raiding, but it kind of gets a bit played out when I find nearly everyone's doing ultimates, savages, and all that. Yeah, well, those people have reached endgame and they're trying to farm Biss, as I understand it. Yep, can't go any further. 334 ounce. Oh, it's in, yep, well, it may still be in there. Let's see how much closer I can get. Yeah. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll find that I have another character on Gilgamesh, which is, much, much farther along than this character. And it's in Nath territory. Figured. But yeah, I don't think I'm good enough for Savage. I'd like to get into Savage if I can, but I don't know if I'm that good. Especially when you look at Party Finder and you see all of the item level requirements being so high, it's like, well, I can try to get into that, and then of course everybody's doing the the maximum tier, which are the fourth tier, and it's like, if you haven't gotten into it, good luck. Okay, so here we are. 'Twould seem the enemy of mine enemy is also mine enemy. The Nath are fast becoming a nuisance. They seem to plague our every step. What was your first clue? 'Tis as I feared. The road ahead is teeming with Nath soldiers. Mercerchamp did not exaggerate then. These beastmen have grown brazen indeed if they would threaten the dragons so openly. Do they intend to assault the lair itself? I pray they do not. Mighty though my Dravanian friends are, they are yet vulnerable to the Nath's muskets. There is no route save the one before us. Should the beastmen offer battle, we have no choice but to accept. And we're going into thunderstorms. Of course the bugs are going to be coming out due to the low pressure system coming in. Okay. Oh, is that you, El Colonel? Ah, yeah. Hello. Bear with me, these Nath are being incessant pests. Okay. Now I can wave at you and say hello. So how are you? Yeah. So yeah, just continuing with MSQ. Yep. When you get to a certain point in Heavensward, I might assist you on my alt. Got 2 characters. Oh, that's good to hear. This is my second character. My first character is on Gilgamesh. This is here on Cactor. This is my second character. But thanks for the offer. Don't be afraid if I take you up on it. Ooh, I want that mount. Okay. Is that a mount, or is it mounting you, as it were? Because you're clinging to it, or is it holding you? Because it seems to be, you know... Yeah, you're holding on to it, but is it supporting you, or are you supporting it? Okay, a greater dragon approaches. The scale of this structure is nothing short of astounding, but that is only to be expected, I suppose, given the size of its occupants. I take no pleasure in killing the Nath. 'Twas to avoid bloodshed that I agreed to join you on this journey. Well, it cannot be helped. We may proceed into the courtyard together, but leave the task of hailing its occupants to me. And keep your lance on your back, Dragoon. On my word to the Warrior of Light, I shall start no fight, only finish it. You are truly beyond salvation. Come then. Oh, those two have a budding romance.
Vidofnia!
Oh, voice acting. I don't have to read.
Ah, 'tis thee, little one. From above I did mistake thee for a Nath. 'Tis well I chanced to look again, or thou wouldst now be ash.
Dear Vidofnir, how I have missed you. Would that I had come sooner, and not out of dire necessity.
Thou art troubled. Speak that I might know thy plight. Thou wouldst have father admonish his brood brother.
I would end this war without further bloodshed.
How am I to believe thee, little one, when thine own companion beareth Nidhogg's stolen eye?
Have care, dragon, or I shall gouge out one of yours.
You forget yourself, sir. We are here on a mission of peace.
My sires will forbiddeth me from inviting discord to our home. 'Tis for this reason and no other that thou still drawest breath, knight.
Vidofnir, please. We must be allowed to convey our intentions to Hraesvelgar in person, with words of our own choosing. Grant us this favor, and open the way to Som Al.
Thou hast ever been welcome, little one. But I cannot grant thy wish. I am bound to remain here, and protect my kin from the Nath's god.
God.
The Nath have summoned a primal.
Of course they have.
Pray excuse my forwardness, but if we were to eliminate the threat to your territory, would you consent to Lady Izel's request?
Ha! Dost thou imagine thyself equal to the task? To succeed where dragons have failed? 'Tis beyond thee, mortal. But thou art welcome to try, nonetheless. Only know that idle promises shall avail thee naught.
It would seem we have no choice but to make good on Alphino's offer. Why must our every bid for peace breed yet more war?
Good question. Once more a primal rears its head, and once more the task of slaying it falls to you. Would that I too possessed the echo. By the fury, must we now defeat a primal, that we might treat with a worm? I do begin to see how you gained your reputation for surmounting the insurmountable. Gifts for the outcasts. Izael seems occupied with thoughts of the Nath and the primal. So the Nath have summoned their god, and thus is the mystery of their newfound belligerence laid to rest. Are you not glad, Lady Iceheart? I thought you would applaud them for summoning a primal to further their own ends. After all, you did. I did not reach out to Saint Shiva to further mine own ends. I desired her strength only to forge a new peace between man and dragon. But what a fool I am to speak of peace to you, a bloodthirsty savage who murders without thought or compunction. Oh boy. Enough, I say. If the Nath have truly brought forth their deity from the ether, we must face it together or watch our hopes fall apart. All now rests upon this primal's defeat. Yeah, it looks like I'm coming up on a trial. But ere we think of confronting it, we must first study its origins. What is the nature of this god? What manner of faith sustains its existence? My apologies. You are right, of course. Let us return to Tailfeather and consult with Marsichan. He knows more of the Nath and their culture than most. So we came all this way just to go all the way back. Well, first things first, let me attune. That way I can save my progress. That way I can jump between locations. I don't know if I got that porter or not, but I should be able to get it. Back, wait, now that I'm here, is there an ether current? 586 yalms more. Somewhere up in here. I'll have to get to that later. If you'll excuse me, my cat is needing some attention. If you need to get up and stretch your legs, do so. It's not healthy to sit idle for too long, even though it has only been 55 or so minutes. Oh, back already, are we? Summoned a primal, you say? 7 hells. Well, I don't know bugger all about Nath religion, if I'm honest. Beyond their trading habits, there never seemed much point in asking. But it shouldn't be that hard to find out. From time to time, we barter with a small hive to the north and west of here, outcasts from the main tribe. From what I understand, I reckon they'd be willing to tell you a bit about themselves if you give them the right incentives. That sounds promising. And what exactly would a Nath consider to be the right incentives? Oh, nothing your average hunter couldn't scrounge up in a day or two, but seeing as you're in a hurry, you might want to divide the chores amongst yourselves. You'll want a good-sized jar of land trap nectar, a basket of kalim tree fruit, and always a Nath favorite, a generous portion of young Nanka flesh. I shall gather the fruit, leaping to the lower branches of these forest giants. These forest giants should present little challenge to me. Then I shall collect the nectar with Master Alphino's arcane assistance, and that leaves you to bring home the meat. You'll need to carve it from the smaller Nankas that live in the rivers. 3 big hunks should be enough. Once you've got everything together, you'll need to set it down at what we call the trading post. Here, I'll mark the spot on your map for you. You have been most kind, Master Mercichamp. Well then, let us attend to our respective tasks and reconvene at the trading post. I need hardly add that the last one there is a rotten Nanka egg. Okay. And I get to go up and around. Okay, that's 3. And of course, I'm the last one back. Of course. When I set out to master the dragoon's jump, 'twas not to strike fear into the hearts of high-hanging fruit. Master Alphino possesses a rare talent for the arcane arts. Should he continue to apply himself to their study, he will become a formidable mage in time. But what kind of mage? I was able to gather a goodly amount of nectar from the land traps, though I would not have known how to harvest it without Azael's help. Do you have the Nanka meat? Yep, I do. Splendid. I shall put this with Estinian's fruit and assemble a suitably generous-looking hamper for the Nath. I'll go with the Gil this time around. The non-mind. Alphino is eager to make contact with the Nath. Let me just do a check. Oh, I've already got everything is here for that, so I don't need the tank one. Let me get slaying, aiming, healing, casting. Ooh, tough choices. I may get slaying. I think I want to unlock samurai at some point. Alphino is eager to make contact with them. Alright. Well, everything appears to be in order. Assuming no one has any objections to my choice of presentation, I shall place our offering at the trading post as instructed. Were I of the Nath, I think I would be suitably impressed. Oh, that's it. Just set the sack down. Okay, well, how long must we wait? Should we have sounded a signal or some such? Calm yourself, Master Alphino. Our offering has not gone unnoticed. Long has it been since hunters last came to trade, bearing gifts that filled the air with such delightful scents. Land trap nectar, kalim tree fruit, and nanka flesh. What delectable foods you have brought for us. Our meager existence is much enriched by your bounty. Come, hunters, come to our hive if you would trade. Cramped and stifling our homes are, but the rancid incense keeps the dragons at bay. Cramped, stifling, and horribly smelly. But better to live in stench than be cracked and crunched by dragon jaws. Yes, come, it is not far. Talk to people. Can this truly be Nath? Were it not for their appearance, I would think them wholly unrelated to the savage creatures that attacked us on the road. Strangely friendly, are they not? Or mayhap just strange? These Nath seem harmless enough, almost jovial even. I would prefer, however, that we conclude our business with them as soon as possible. Right, so we go to... our little home. Your presence hasn't been announced to the storyteller. You must speak to our chosen leader in words, for we are Vath. We are the non-mind. Alright. Welcome to our hive, hunters. You have brought delicacies much sought after by our people, and we are much pleased. What would you have in return? Honored Elder, pray allow me to begin by thanking you for welcoming us into your home, and for accepting our humble offerings. My companions and I are come in search of knowledge, specifically knowledge of your people's god. Knowledge alone? What strange hunters you are, but if it is words you desire, then words you shall have. We are the Vath, the non-mind, and to speak is our fate. You will hear the tale of the Nath's god, of the god of the One Mind, summoned into our midst. The One Mind? Are these the Nath who reside in the main colony? Yes, they are one, connected, but let us begin the story at its beginning. Some moons ago, a single dragon flew in from the east. Bleeding and weak, it fell from the sky into the hive, where it was swarmed by my brethren, and with spear and spell and musket the dragon was slain. 'Twas likely one that had fled battle with my kinsmen. I should commend you for finishing the job. Dragons are fierce and terrible adversaries. The One Mind would always cower when their winged shadows passed over the ground, but no longer. They had learned that a battle-weary Dravanian was easy prey. Thus did the One Mind decide to heed the words of the black-robed men. The One Mind would call forth our god, and unleash his blades upon the dragons. Dravanian lands would become Nath lands, and ever larger would grow our domain. But our god ever hungers. The price he demands in crystals far exceeds the rewards for this war. We of the Vath despise and revile his insatiable existence. Ether current. Stolen munitions. The Vath Fleetfoot is examining the weapons stores with a concerned expression. Though we hear not each other's thoughts, generous hunter, you somehow know that we need help. Our weapons stocks are wanting. We need more. I would make a request of you. Please bring us muskets with which to defend ourselves. You can take them from the Nath nearby. 2 would be sufficient. Oh, that's convenient. That's, I think, where we're headed next. I guess. Even a wounded dragon is a dangerous opponent. These Ant-Men did well to overpower one. The beast tribes have ever summoned their gods out of necessity. That the Nath should do so out of mere covetousness sets a worrying precedent. A Nathic deity, Izael seems troubled by the Nath's war of expansion. I call upon the power of a primal for the greater good, conscious all the while that I do so at grave cost to the land. I reason that it is a necessary evil and willingly shoulder the burden of my sin. In suggesting that such crimes can be justified, you may argue that I presume too much, but you must surely see that I am aware of the magnitude of my transgressions. Not so the Nath. They summon their deity for no greater purpose than to expand their domain. To a sign of the seventh dawn, one sworn to eliminate the primal threat, the distinction you draw seems questionable at best, but the fact remains that my own grandfather risked unleashing the power of the 12 in an attempt to prevent the calamity. Thus, while I may not condone your actions, I at least understand them. Not so the Nath, as you so rightly put it. If they truly seek naught but territorial gain, I can only conclude that they are ignorant of the ruinous consequences of their god's insatiable appetite. The longer this primal is suffered to exist, the greater the suffering it will cause. It must be destroyed. How lightly you propose the destruction of this god, Master Alphano, a being of whom we know not. Has it occurred to you that you may be sending the Warrior of Light to his death? No, You have the right of it, Estinian. 'Twould seem it is I who am guilty of presuming too much. Pray forgive me, Myrokos. I do not fear my duty, or just remain silent. I'm the only one who can do it, so... yeah. Wait, Myrokos needs not face this foe alone. Like him, I am blessed with the Echo's protection, and may do battle without fear of primal influence. Let me bear this burden. Ha! Do you truly imagine yourself a second Warrior of Light? Remind me, how many primals have you faced, my lady? Not that it matters, we know not where this god resides or how to challenge it. Unless you mean to pray until it appears. Estinian makes a valid point. Let us speak with the Vath and learn how to best secure an audience with their deity. In this, at least, I may be of assistance. Yeah, I'm still sore over the fact that Alphino viewed me as a manservant and his personal warrior of light. I'm still sore over that. The young lord certainly appears eager to prove his worth. We are Vath. We are the non-mind. We do not hear the one mind's thoughts. We cannot predict their will. Charming. There must be some way of infiltrating the main colony. The Vath greet mine every question with cryptic utterances. I fear I am no closer to understanding the tenets of their faith. And of course, Estinian is just, stooping. By the Fury, I would swear these beastmen know less about their god than I do. Charming, indeed. Put this idea from your minds, generous hunters. If you meet with our god, then he will have your souls. Surely you are not so generous as that. You wish to meet our god? Offer yourself as a sacrifice and you will soon be brought before him. We would mourn the loss of such generous hunters, however. I think we're not going to be so readily sacrificed. You are generous hunters, yes? Many gifts you have brought, but not enough for all Vath to enjoy. Maybe you could bring us just one more? We are very fond of Nunca flesh. Yes, the meat of young Nunca would make a fine repast. Didn't I just do that? I get to do it again. Fine. Yes, I can get back up here this way. Oh, that saves so much time. We Vath do enjoy our Nunca flesh. Have you been out hunting yet? Yes, here's your flesh. Another gift for the Vath. So unexpected. Yes, you will have more of the words you strange hunters hunger for. Listen now. The senses of the one mind are enmeshed by the overmind. What one sees, all see. What one feels, all feel. Alert a single Nath, and the whole hive is alerted. To reach our god undetected is all but impossible. Charming. How strange must spoken language seem to those who once shared minds. 'Tis little wonder the Vath are by turns so obscure and transparent in their meaning. I do not envy the Ant-Men their bond. Were every man's mind made known to his neighbor, Ishgard would not last a bell. Yeah, everyone would be decrying heresy of everyone else, and then everyone would be killed off. The Dravanians would be happy. Sort of. The Vath are wont to allude to certain concepts without explanation, but I believe I am beginning to grasp a few of the fundamentals. From what I understand, the king-like overmind sits at the center of Nath society, and its presence somehow allows its subjects to communicate without need of word or gesture. These Nath, the ones who inhabit the larger hive, are known as the One Mind, and it was by their combined will that the primal was summoned. Those who reside in this smaller hive, however, are the Vath, or the non-mind, who, for reasons that yet escape me, seem to have been excluded from the telepathic bond which connects their Nath counterparts. Thus are the Vath ignorant of the One Mind's thoughts and intentions, and of the nature of their own god. In summary, we have wasted our time. Not so. Perilous though it may be, the Vath did furnish us with one certain method of approaching the primal, as sacrifices. Should we allow ourselves to be captured in the environs of the colony, the Nath will bring us before their deity to make an offering of our soul. All rests upon the destruction of the Nath's god. If we must surrender ourselves for sacrifice to approach the abomination freely, will I do it. I will admit I had begun to wonder whether non-mind meant brainless. Apparently not. Breaking into hives. Alphino wishes to review Isael's plan for infiltrating the Nath hive. Forgive me, but let us be clear about what it is that you propose. You mean to say that you would deliberately provoke the Nath, surrender yourself into what might generously be termed their custody, and then wait until their god arrives to claim your soul? Yes. That's about it, I should think. Aye, that fairly well describes my plan. You will join me in this endeavor, will you not, Myrokos? Yep. We're the only ones who can do it. Judging by the great risks you took to prevent the summoning of Saint Shiva, you are not a man to err on the side of caution. Would that I could fight at your side, warrior of light, but the power of the dragon is no protection against primal influence. Forgive me, but I must remain here with Master Alphino. Then it is settled. Myrokos, you and I shall challenge the guards at the entrance to the colony. Once the hive is roused, we shall feign a brief show of resistance, and then allow them to take us prisoner. And I'm just doing this on my Dark Knight to level my Dark Knight. I started out and consider myself a main Black Mage, but my Black Mage is level 55. And, so at least while I'm doing these basic quests, and not in a duty or in a trial or a dungeon, I might as well, gather the XP for this job. Intruders, your lives are forfeit. understand why they want muskets. That horse. Oop. The Overmind must by now be aware of our intrusion. Let us press on into the hive and ensure that we have our host's undivided attention. I was already up there, but okay, we can do this again. They really are kind of annoying. And no worry, El Colonel. I'm slowly working my way through the math area. Ether current. Of course, I'm pulling every last little. Now to get further along. Of course. And where was Azale? I didn't see her at all. Ah, there she is. That should be sufficient. If we did not have our host's full attention before, we must surely have it now. Our audience with the Primal may be granted soon after our capture. Pray advise me once you have steeled your mind for the battle to come. Lord of the... Hi on him. What is it? Sorry, my cat just decided. He's like, what are you doing? And why aren't you paying attention to me? Yeah, it's because I'm streaming Final Fantasy. Lord of the Hive, Azale awaits an opportunity to surrender to the Nath. You are prepared then? As I'll ever be? Yeah, I need my mouse. Don't worry, El Colonel, I can create a private party through the party finder, and then you can join up that way if you want. Hold here, Myrokos. When next the Nath come, we will offer no resistance. Autumn, stop doing that. That's not a good way. Surrender, intruders. There is no escape. Enough. We surrender. We throw ourselves upon the mercy of your god. They seem eager to proceed. Good. When they take us before their lord, pray leave matters to me. If what I know of summoning rituals holds true, I shall be well placed to act. Mark the sound of the river rushing through the ravine behind us. Passing loud, is it not? I imagine the noise would serve to mask our escape should we need to withdraw temporarily. But you are prepared, are you not? I do hope so. If I were to be dragged away for sacrifice while you were haggling over the price of potions, I should not be amused. Though I dismissed Master Alphinaud's concern, I confess that I did wonder how the Nath might treat their prisoners. Happily, it would seem they are not wont to harm sacrifices, nor even disarm them. Plainly, they imagine their god invulnerable. The plan goes better than expected. Try to escape, and we will break your fleshy legs. Yeah. Okay. So over there is the chamber exit. Through the inner chamber.
Now we have but to wait.
O Lord Dravania, master of the sacred blades, wrath of the colony, conqueror of the world, hear our prayer. Pray grant unto your devoted children the gift of your divine presence.
He comes.
All strength to the colony. Speak and I shall listen.
O glorious General, we have captured intruders and would make unto you an offering of their life's blood.
These feeble fleshlings dared to invade Nathlands.
Hear me, Lord Dravania. My companion and I did not come to contest your children's territory. We wished only to learn the reason you wage war against the dragons.
Thou wouldst flirt with death merely to satisfy thy curiosity. Wherefore should the glorious conquests of the Nath concern thee so, Elizem? Mayhap thine own kind struggle against the worms fareth poorly, and thou art desirous of a pact.
Oh, he's on point.
We crave no alliance, Lord Dravania. Only peace. We would bring an end to our war with the dragons. Yet so long as they remain embroiled in this conflict with your children, our goal shall remain out of reach. Never before have the Nath risen up in such numbers, and never yet with you at their head. Why do you lead them to war?
Thy question hath no meaning. To live is but to fight. Long have my children waited, gathering their strength in the shadow of thy ceaseless conflict.
Yeah, but isn't an Ascian involved here? Like, an Ascian showed up, gave them the knowledge of summoning, and so they summoned.
The Nath would see the Dravanians slain, and their territory secured. And by such fervent prayers am I now given form and purpose.
As I feared, your very existence is an obstacle to our goal. Since you are so fond of fighting, we challenge you, Lord of the Nath. And should we emerge the victors, I would have you swear to withdraw your soldiers from Dravanian soil.
Thou art bold indeed to risk thy fleshy hide so readily. Very well. I, Ravana, fourfold master of the blade, do accept thy challenge. But should I emerge the victor, I would have thee swear to serve in mine army till thy last breath is spent. Do you accept?
I do. And I believe the first bout is mine.
Okay, here we go.
What is this? A god clad in flesh?
Yep.
Is aught amiss, my lord? Thou wilt not break thy word, I trust.
Mine oath is unbending as steel, little goddess. Thy ruse will but add to mine enjoyment.
myself stronger. Mayhap with more crystals?
Be thou god or maid, thou art nothing to me. And what of thee, mortal? Art thou warrior or craven?
I'm a Dark Knight right now, but I mean a Black Mage. Destruction is part of me.
A warrior, then? Good! Mayhap thou will provide more sport than thy feeble companion.
Forgive me. I was overconfident. The wrath of the colony is undefeated. Victory to the Nath. Let's see, job-wise. I could do it on my warrior, on my Dark Knight, or on my Black Mage, I think. Yeah, level 53. Might as well do it on this. Okay, well. Set up Party Finder. Private recruit members. Well, trials, status lock hard, objective, duty completion. Password, form a private party, password 2211. So, if you want to join me, the password's 2211. I'll wait a few minutes while okay. So there's that. With that, hang on. Party Finder. Okay. And go thought I stuck hard. Mode. Join. Hopefully this doesn't take too long.
tongue of ringing steel. Furious as a blaze! Perish! Feel my blades! I am invincible! Bleed! Wilt thou yield? Take wing, ye souls of war! Prepare thyself! Rejoice in the glory of combat!
Rejoice!
Unyielding as the earth!
That was kind of fun.
Thus does the sacred rite of combat proclaim the victor. I lay my blades at thy feet, child of man.
Yeah. Ooh, they're not happy.
You do not disappoint, warrior of light. Would that I had your skill in battle. I do begin to see why so many place their faith in you.
Yeah, I'm that good.
For all his savagery, I do not think Ravana one to break his word. Provided the dragons do not trespass upon Nath lands, they should have little to fear of the Primal's biting blades. We have done well, have we not? Come, let us return to Vidofnir and share these glad tidings.
Nope.
Once more you achieve the impossible, bringer of light. But with every mortal heart that succumbs to fear and fury, another voice is joined to the chorus, beseeching divine succor. At their bidding, warring gods will shake the firmament, and your world will be consumed in the swelling storm of chaos.
Never since we fought have I seen you draw upon the full extent of your power, and never from afar till this day. You were a marvel to behold, Myrokos. Oh, thank you. Well, 'tis time we rejoined our companions. They will be eager to hear the tale, and to continue our journey. Yeah, one thing I found with this character being a Mikote in general, I found is that in the parties that I tend to be part of tend to either be almost completely Mikote or almost completely Mikote, which is kind of an interesting observation on my part. Alright. Going a bit of the wrong way. Just a bit. Can I... Yep. I wonder if I can hop down. Would seem I'm not alone in this. The Ant-Man's god is fallen then? Impressive, warrior of light. Yeah, the victory music is curing. Myrokos, Lady Azale, thank the 12. The 12 had nothing to do with it, it was just me in the end. Lord Ravana, you say? How curious that the Vath never mentioned his name. And you are quite certain he will keep his word? There was honor beneath his savagery. That we survived the encounter at all was a miracle I must attribute to Myrokos. Never did I doubt you, warrior of light, unlike some. You were gone so long that Master Alphino here nigh lost his wits with worry, fretting like a maid for her sweetheart. He was. Estinian, was that truly necessary? Yes, it was necessary. Sorry if I'm exceedingly loud, I'm just getting very close to the mic. But yeah, given all the trouble he caused us in ARR, yeah, I'd say it's fully warranted. Not truly necessary, but certainly true. Yeah, totally. And what matters is that the primal is banished and our promise fulfilled. We should return to Vidolfnir without delay. Lest you forget, this was but a means to secure an audience with the Worm Racevalker. Nidhogg's minions will not be halted by idle chatter. Come now, we must make every moment count. You are unkind, Estinian. For all his experience and intellect, Alphino is still but a boy. Yeah, he's a kid. Tis natural for him to feel concern for his companions. Ah, you should have seen the boy fretting. 'Twas a sight to behold. Tease him no more. Master Alphino is to be applauded for his sense of responsibility. Given his years, 'tis little wonder the burden weighs heavy upon his shoulder. Mourn in passing. Alphino is keen to inform Vidolfnir of Lord Ravana's defeat. Shall we be on our way to Enix Shrine then? I would not have the dragons think that we have forgotten our bargain. In the meantime, let's turn this in. Have you the muskets? Yes. Thank you, Hunter. With these, we can arm ourselves, defend ourselves. We are of the same blood as the Nath, but even we find it utterly unnerving nerving the way they think as one, the way they move as one. It is hard to imagine us as the same people. Let's see, where am I with the ether currents? One location, and wow, I have 2 more quests. And I think, yeah, that's 1 quest there. The hunter becomes the quest. Oh, good heavens, is that? Let's see, the naming of Vath. Ah, okay, so this is for the Beast Tribe. Okay, dude. Let's see, so there's that. Let me just get the ether currents while I'm at it. If I can do the quests and get those out of the way before continuing the MSQ, that'll just be a little bit easier to be able to move on, having unlocked to the flying in this zone. Yeah. Marsa Champ is wrestling with a new kind of problem. One of my men was attacked by a chocobo. You might think that's a common story, what with the hunting we do, but I'm told this one was unnaturally big. Of course, in the end, size don't matter. We can't be having our quarry stalking us. That's why I'm planning to capture the beast before it harms any more of my men. I already know you as a reliable handler of the birds. Dungeon next, going on main. Okay. That's why I'm planning to capture. Right now, just as I said earlier, El Colonel, I'm getting the other blue quests for the ether currents before moving on. That's why I'm planning to capture the beast before it harms any more of my men. I already know you as a reliable handler of the birds. That's why I need your help tracking it down. Think you can land all Marsa Champa handle one more time? If the prospect piques your interest, it'd be best to start off by asking the leaders of my camps what they know of the monster. Come back and share your findings with me when you're done. So back to those camps. Just either compass. I knew there was one. Okay, northwest. First, let us to the closest of the camps. From the way I heard it, one of the hunters was attacked unprovoked and got knocked unconscious by a single kick. Ink never heard of a chocobo doing that. Okay, I guess I'm not going up that way. Gotta go the long way. Just realized you was a tank, so I had to go with a healer I'm most dominant with. And no worries. See that cage there? Blasted Chocobo pulled the door right off its hinges, most like it was trying to rescue the bird inside. If you want me to go over to my Black Mage, I can totally do that for the dungeon. I'm just trying to not overlevel my jobs well, insofar as I can help it. Yeah, right now I'm trying to level my Dark Knight with the MSQ for right now at least. Ow. Ow. You missed me fighting a giant bug on him. Yeah, Autumn's my cat. Okay. I mean, the one benefit of being a tank is you get quicker queues for duties, so that bird ain't scared of us hunters, I can tell you that much. It's rare one of us comes away from the encounter with it unscathed. Okay. Tail feather. Hang on, let me just do ether compass. 1,100. Yeah, so wherever it is, it must be somewhere over there. So back to tail feather. My cat doesn't understand the fascination with humans and humans staring at screens and whatnot. Seems that Chocobo's been stirring up trouble all around the forest. While you were gathering information, I went out and checked the traps that are set around Tail Feather. Ain't nothing left of them but scattered straw and broken wood. Yikes. Can't say we've ever dealt with a problem like this before. Might be that this Chocobo's taken some kind of revenge on us hunters, and these acts are a means of provoking us. By all accounts, this Chocobo is stronger and more clever than the rest. I expect capturing it won't be a simple feat. And you can continue that on your own. I have to... Let's see, that's the beast stripe thing. I have to get back to NX Trine to do that blue quest for the ether current, and then and of course the repair vendor, the person is there. So I'm not seeing the blue quest right here. Must be upstairs. Not that way. A lesson in humility. Eskaz looks upon you in wonder, curious of your potential. I sense a great power within you. Yes, you will make a suitable adversary. Our younglings must learn the hardships of battle. You will find them just beyond the tower. Go and hold nothing back. I don't understand. Man is not fit to battle with dragons. Nevertheless, I will do as Father asks. How dare you do such a thing to Kongan? You may have beaten him, but your games end here. What trickery is this? I will not let you make a mockery of me and my brothers. You defeated Conquer. I don't believe it. So this is the strength of man. Perhaps we've underestimated your kind. Your strength impresses me. Perhaps your kind are not the frail creatures I thought them to be. So the younglings have learned their place. Do not worry, my intention is not to foster ill relations, but to teach. The younglings grow too prideful, doubting the strength of men, but thanks to you, they now understand. And it's dusty again. You should be the one to break the news. The victory was yours, after all. Vidolfnir will be pleased to hear of Lord Ravana's defeat, and of his pledge to recall his soldiers. Will the dragon now honor her word? That remains to be seen. Thou art returned, little one. Hast thou abandoned thine ill-conceived contest with the Nath? Nay, my friend, we return in triumph. By Myrokos' hand was the beastman's god Lord Ravana laid low. In his overconfidence, the Primal swore to withdraw his followers from your lands, and lands in the event of his defeat, a promise we believe he will keep. The Nath shall trouble you no longer. The deity is slain, then how didst thou contend with his biting blades? But the particulars matter not. Thou hast fulfilled thy promise, and I shall fulfill mine. Attend me, mortals. Hie you unto the deepest reaches of Morn, and there shall you find Halo, the altar from which you may begin your ascent to the summit of Somaal. But be fairly warned, the minions of Nidhogg shall not lightly suffer your presence on that sacred mount. By your struggles within the cavern shall I judge your party possessed of sufficient fortitude to proceed. We shall not disappoint you, Vidolfnir. If memory serves, the Cavern of Morn is entered from the second floor of the central tower. Let us begin the climb. Be fairly warned, the minions of Nidhogg shall not lightly suffer your presence on the sacred mount. By your struggles with the Cavern of Morn shall I judge your party possessed of sufficient fortitude to proceed. Here it is. $390 yalms. Let's see, did I go too far? I feel like I went a little too far. Because there's that, and then there's... Ah, here it is. No. No. Yes. Okay. Whew. I was getting a little worried there. Yep. Dragon corpse. There is no response. Of course, I walk right into a fate. There's the ether kind. Ooh, what was that? Well done, little one. As promised, I shall open the way to Solmal's summit, for thee and thy companions. Heed me now, children of man. The domain you seek to enter hath not seen visitors of your kind in nigh on 1,000 years. Though I freely grant you passage, your presence will not be welcomed. To my kin, this mountain is revered as holy ground, and resting place both where you, the minions of Nidhogg, during your ascent, for 'tis certain they shall take great offense at your intrusion. We are grateful for your warnings, gentle Vidolfnir. Ooh, that's good music. My final words are for thee, Dragoon. Have care to keep the stolen power you wieldest in check, lest it breed further despair. Istinian. The way is open. Let us not tarry here. A moment. Shall we blindly forge on, knowing the dangers that await us? Tiamat herself is said to guard this peak. I do not fear Nidhogg's consort. Any dragon foolish enough to bar our path shall feel the sting of my lance. Spoken like a true butcher. Need I remind you that we are come to parley a peace? Let us be clear, heretic. 'Twas to save Ishgard and her people that I first lent my support to this doubtful venture, and 'tis for their sake that I go now to speak with Hraesvelgr. But I said nothing of Tiamat. Should the opportunity present itself to rid my people of one of their deadliest enemies, I shall take it. That is my duty as Azure Dragoon. You are beyond redemption. We will accomplish nothing by bickering. If we are to meet with Hraesvelgr, our path leads up the mountain. We shall defend ourselves if attacked, but avoid conflict wherever possible. What other choice do we have? We shall defend ourselves if attacked, but avoid conflict wherever possible. What other choice do we have? A dragon lost to anger is beyond all control. This I learned to my sorrow when I unleashed the horde upon Ishgard. I felt the weight of Dravanian rancor pressing down upon me. Okay. Recruit members, I want dungeons, some all, duty completion, private party 2211. Okay, so if you want to join private party 2211. What would be quicker? What would be quicker? I can just invite you to a party. Okay, I'll end that. Okay. The only healer I've actually tried so far is White Mage. Are any of the others good? Do you think? Is there one I should perhaps dabble in next? astrologian, scholar, sage. Which one do you think is the best of all of those? I'm being a very bad tank right now because I'm standing in fire. Comes down to preference, okay. So in other words, you gotta sort of try all of the jobs and then get a feel for which one you like the most. chests. Oh. Cutscene. Oh, I got another crystal back? Okay, so that's 2 crystals. Myrokos. It would seem Tiaman was the last. I sense no other dragons nearby. What is happening? Oh, is Estinian okay? Nidhogg. He roars. He knows we are here then. His fury, it bleeds through the eye. Fear not, I am yet my own master. But that damned worm's wrath burns hotter than flame. Come, the heart of the dragon's homeland yet lies before us. Thus do we add another link to the chain of vengeance. O Saint Shiva, when will it end?
To the peak of Som Al, at the end of a perilous mountain path, whence could be seen a string of pearl-like islands floating impossibly atop a sea of clouds. To a domain where dragons and men had once lived in harmony, whose majesty no mortal eye had glimpsed for nigh on 1,000 years. They came.
They came. This is pretty. Etherite, must attune. Looks like there's another of these chocobo whistles. Summoning stones, no, don't need. Ah, I feel the worm's anger. His lair's not far. Not far at all. We stand within the sacred homeland of dragons, beneath the sky that is Racevalger's domain. Our quest nears its end, Myrokos. We have reached it at last, the peak of Somal. 'Tis said to be the highest mountain in all of Eorzea. You know, I thought it cold in Kurthus, but the air here carries the chill of a dozen winters. How can one not be moved by such a breathtaking sight? This place is far from the barren mountaintop I pictured in my mind. Well, Dragoon, do you believe these ruins were also built by heretics to deceive the faithful of Ishgard? Yeah, man had to build these structures even if there was some likeness, borrowed from dragons. Because dragons themselves don't need buildings like this. Alphino ponders the means by which you might find Racevalger beyond the clouds. Now that we have scaled the mountain, there remains the problem of finding Racevalger himself. Am I hearing a Moogle? Oh dear god, not that music again. I'm getting flashbacks of Moogle mod. What manner of creature is that? It's a Moogle! But its wings are pink. Myrokos, do my eyes deceive me, or was that a Moogle? Yeah, it was. It looked like it. It was my understanding that they only dwelled within the 12's wood. I certainly never expected to see one in the Churning mists. If the Moogle does live here, however, he may know where Racevalgar makes his lair. Quickly now, before we lose the creature completely. Okay, level 55. Okay. Ah, he's gone. Myrokos, we must widen our search. We did see a Moogle, did we not? The nearby air appears warped. Do you sense that concealing magics are at work? Where could he have gone? I've heard tales of these Moogles, but it is the first time I have ever laid eyes on one. They are rather adorable, aren't they? What? Why do you stare at me so? Can I not find a creature adorable? My heart is not truly made of ice. I mean, Moogles are kind of abundant kind of everywhere, I should think. A Moogle, did you say? I am unfamiliar with the breed, but I shall search for one nonetheless. I see no evidence of this Moogle of yours. Are you certain it wasn't a trick of the light? Mayhaps 'twas simply one of these strange plants shifting in a breeze. No, I'm pretty sure it was a Moogle. To look at over there. Another thing. The nearby air is warped. You sense that concealing magics are at work. There was no sign of a Moogle in the area. I'm sure I glimpsed the Moogle fleeing in this direction. Could he be concealing himself with magic? Mountaintop diplomacy. Alphino seems convinced that the Moogles hold the key to finding Racevalgar. And we can get Gladiator Arms, Marauder Arms, level 54, Dark Knight Arms, which that. 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 Or... Ooh. It's just basic blade with a blue hilt. Confound it. Could we but enlist the aid of one of the local Mughals, I am certain Race Valkyr would not elude us for long. Though the eye enables me to sense the presence of dragons, I can only identify nidhogg's with any certainty. We could wander the mists for days and not know if we were any closer to his brood brother. And those are days we cannot well afford to squander. Shall we divide our forces then? Lady Azale, might I ask you to question any dragons whom you judge it safe to approach? I shall try, yet I fear the influence of Nidhogg's rage will render most of the Dravanians in the area deaf to reason. And what of you, Master Alphino? I have not yet given up on the Mughals. Myrokos, come with me to Gridania. I mean to petition the aid of the Mughals' kin in the Twelves. After that business with Mughal I dare say they will be glad to help us. Assuming you have no need of me, I shall remain here. Nidhogg senses both the loss of his consort and the coming of the Eye, and his attention is firmly fixed in this direction. I mean to do what I can to hold his gaze in the hope that it might delay any action against Ishgard. Thank you, Estinian. Come then, Myrokos. Let us make haste for Gridania and rendezvous at Nafika's altar. But I neglected to tell you. There is an aetherite of ancient construction here which should make the return journey rather less arduous. Pray do not forget to use it. Yeah, I already attuned. You always attune to a new aetherite. This is one of the first things you learn as an adventurer. So yeah, right now I have 55 Black Mage, 55 Dark Knight. I could keep going as Dark Knight. 53 Warrior, 48 Paladin, White Mage is 43, and level 50 Red Mage. Let's just teleport. Yeah, I have Mogham. So go to Gridania. Okay, unable to accept teleport. You have not met certain requirements. L Colonel, if you want to leave party, since it looks like it's just going to be gonna log off and just lurk for now. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, no pressure. Oop, no wait. Talk to Estinian. I sincerely hope you have taken Master Alphino's advice concerning the aetherite. You would not wish to miss the sport of Nidhogg's sport if Nidhogg deigned to visit us in your absence. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that... Yeah, I have Mogham. I should be able to return whenever able. First, let me repair, since I look like I need to do that. Okay. Let me just switch to Dark Knight and see if there's any. Ah, that would. I sent word to the Elder Seedseer upon arriving in Dravania, and I am pleased to report she has agreed to grant us an audience. If anyone can help us contact the 12wood Mughals, it is she. We are expected at the Lotus Stand. I trust you are familiar with the conjurer stationed at its entrance. Yeah. How can I not be after all of those times we came here? The Elder Seedseer will receive us at the Lotus Stand. I already read that. The Elder Seedseer awaits you. Pray follow me. I bid you welcome, friends. The Admiral spoke of having met with you, but 'tis no less a relief to see you safe and hail with mine own eyes. We humbly thank you for agreeing to receive us upon such short notice, my lady, and for all you have done for us in our absence. Would that it were solely to express our gratitude that we came to you this day. Alas, the tides of battle yet dictate our comings and goings. Elder Seedseer, we would beg your wisdom in a matter that may finally bring an end to the Dragon Song War. Speak on, friend. I see. So you seek a means to contact these Mughals of the Churning Mists. Kapopo, I say. Capo. Greetings, Kuplokop. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? I was struck by the sudden urge to bring you some fruit, Kane, and I'm jolly glad I did. Tell me more about these Mughals in the sky, Capo. I will gladly tell you all I know, though it amounts to precious little. We encountered a Mughal high in the clouds of Dravania, and had hoped that you and your kin in the 12wood might agree to facilitate a meeting. Pray, correct me if I am mistaken, Kaplo, but there are legends, are there not, which speak of Mughals who dwelled beyond the clouds? Indeed there are, Kaplo. Long, long ago, back when the world was still young, they say my ancestors served the gods up in the heavens, but of course that was before their masters took to bickering like spoiled children. Ah yes, the tale of good King Mughal XII. He is revered for holding fast to a rope of miraculous length that his subjects might climb down from the sky and escape to the world below. Ignoring the more fanciful aspects of the tale, it may well be that Kuplo's ancestors hailed from the Churning mists. Given how long his kin have resided in the Twelves Wood, it is perfectly possible that the details of their history have faded into myth. Indeed, Master Alphino, such stories oft contain a measure of truth. 'Tis like that the Moogles of the Churning Mists tell similar tales of the world below. I can well imagine why the one you encountered fled at your approach. Oh, fleeing's second nature to us. We often hide when the larger races come trampling through the forest. Of course, where there's one Moogle, there's bound to be more. Which is why I've decided to take a trip to the clouds, Capo. They surely won't be afraid to talk to me. I was hoping you might say that, Master Capo. You will accompany us, then? Just you try and stop me, Capo. I'll admit the thought of venturing outside the Twelves Wood is a bit unsettling, but I can hardly refuse a chance to meet my distant cousins. If you will have me, I too will accompany you on this venture, and lend my voice to your cause as an ambassador of Dravania. Oh, she's coming with us. My lady, are you quite certain? How oft has our nation turned to the signs of the Seventh Dawn in its hour of need? How oft have we asked the Warrior of Light to risk his life to save our own? Full many times I say to you, and never have they refused us. Thus I do choose this day to offer mine aid to our allies for the good of the realm. Is this not just? A most unexpected and most welcome offer, Elder Seedseer. We would be honored by your presence. Pray return to the summit and inform our companions of these developments. I will serve as the Elder Seedseer's guide on the journey back to Solmal. It being a path I have already trodden, I do not anticipate any great difficulties. Besides, we shall have the Elder Seedseer's personal guard to escort us. Okay. Go to log home. Well met, Warrior of Light. Nidhogg has not stirred, but he watches us. He watches us, unblinking. The Elder Seedseer herself answers your call. Then there is naught to do but wait. They are here, Myrokos. Hello. Greetings, my friends. I am happy to report that our journey was mercifully uneventful. Devoid as the road was of Dravanians, 'twould seem the dragons have abandoned some all for the churning mists. Elder Seedseer, may I present to you Sir Estinian, Ishgard's Azure Dragoon. 'Tis an honor to meet you, Sir Estinian. I have heard many tales of your order's extraordinary skill and courage. Friends, I feel it only right to inform you that we are not alone. The Mughals are all around us, even as we speak, and I should imagine they are more than a little concerned by the horde of strangers that have descended upon their home. Mayhap now would be an opportune moment to introduce ourselves. This should serve. They are hiding, of course, but there are so many of them, Capo. I am Kane Senna. My companions and I have braved the long road from the Twelves Wood to share words with you. On this, the occasion of our first meeting, we bring an offering of light and wind. Ooh, such a gentle and pleasing glow, Capo. I am Moglin, the chieftain of this Mughal clan. Chieftain Moglin, it is an honor to meet you. Greetings, I am Kuplokop, ambassador of the Twelveswood Mughals. A Mughal from the world below. Your hide is of a different hue, but that palm is unmistakable. I might need a moment here, Capo. My companions were no less surprised to learn of your existence here among the clouds. I hope they did not startle you overmuch in their eagerness to make your acquaintance. Full well can I imagine your wariness. I am told that men have not walked here in nigh on 1,000 winters. Mayhap you will forgive them their forwardness when I unfold to you the grave matter which first brought them into your midst. My companions crave an audience with the great worm Racefelger, that they might negotiate an end to the war twixt man and dragon. An end to war, you say? I trust you, Kane Senna. The light of peace shines brightly within your soul. But I am afraid the same cannot be said of your friends. To be plain, we did not hide ourselves because they were the first of your kind to be seen here in 1,000 years. Well, not only because of that, we hid because we smelled dragon blood. These skies are home to many, many dragons. While some crave peace, such as Racevalker, many others crave the opposite, such as Nidhogg. Suffice it to say, we are worried that the presence of your blood-spattered warrior friends will attract the attention of the nastier kind. and invite destruction into our happy home. Now, just a moment, Chieftain. Myrokos here may have doled out the odd thrashing or two, but it's always been for a really good reason. That it has. He is a champion of the 12-Sword Mughals, and I'll not hear his good name slandered. Now, Ambassador, let's not ruffle each other's fur. I shall, of course, take your testimony into consideration. If I may, Chieftain, there is little room for trust twixt strangers. Might we not take this opportunity to learn more of each other? An excellent suggestion, Capo. In the interests of fostering friendship and keeping an eye on you, I extend to you the hospitality of Mogholm. Prove yourselves worthy of our assistance, and it will be yours. I shall be watching, Capo. Yep, okay. Let me go back to... Oh, let's see. Let me do Black Mage. Black Mage, I might as well finish. You're still too far away, my goodness. Tell me, in the world down below, do all of your kind look so different from one another? It must be terribly disconcerting. Not really. Yeah, we do, but not really. What was it Couple Cup called you again? Myrokos. Your names are as odd as your appearance. Have you ever considered a nice Mughal name? Moglin is taken, by the way, Capo. As you are, Moghan, Mogmug, and Mogwin, these being the names of the 3 wise Mughals who will administer the momentous challenges that I have devised to measure your worth, I call them the Trials of Trustworthiness. Undertake these trials and we shall soon see whether or not you are worthy of our aid. So that's 133. Ooh, tough choice, yeah. Now, if I decide to go samurai, I'm going to... That should help somewhat. Okay, and with that, it's been over 3.5 hours. I think I'm going to call the stream a stream here tonight because I'm starting to feel tired. And my voice is starting to feel a little hoarse, just a little. When next we pick up with this Let's Play, we will be completing these 3 trials so we can progress through MSQ. Thank you for watching if you made it this long. If you haven't already, hit a follow and hit the notifications bell on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, on Twitch, there's the link to the YouTube channel. Go over there, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified of when I upload, even though I'm basically just uploading these streams over there. To save them before Twitch auto-deletes them after 14 days. Make certain that you like, share, and subscribe if you like what you've seen at any point along here. If there are any ways that I could improve during the stream, please let me know in the comments, or by giving me feedback if possible in Twitch. With that, I shall see you anon, friends.